bitch. Okay, hold on. So, hear me out. All right, listen. Two things. Well, more than one thing. So, is the camera off? Oh, it is off because we painted. No. I mean, like, there we go. Yeah, the other kind of off. Hello. So I'm trying to get my hair. This is what my hair looks like directly out of the shower. And I put leave-in conditioner in it, and I try to dry it a little bit, but you know, you're not really supposed to. I don't have a diffuser, so I'm trying to let it air dry a little bit. So we're just gonna have to sit here like a wet rat. Yeah. So I looked. We're at 91 now, which is crazy. We just need, you know, a little more. So my reasoning today as to why we are streaming at 3 and not 1 is it's raining and it was leg day today. So that's my excuse. And also too, I don't I am this close. Because I look this little part, it's like I am a bang. And I'm like, okay, cool. What about the rest of you? And it's like, nope, just me. And I'm like, you little shit. Because, like, I don't know. It's like the rest of my hair is just hair. Reverse mohawk, do it. You won't. You're right. I won't. But, like, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying so hard. I'm good. You know? Also, I didn't realize how long my hair has gotten. I straightened it yesterday, so that way my hair would lose its volume so I could stuff it in a wig. Which, by the way, found my all-time low. Anyway, so for context, so Monday, Thor had his vet appointment, and I had to go all the way to his old vet. And I get there on time, and it was all great. So the thing, also too, I had to give him a gabapentin beforehand, right? And he took it like a champ. He always takes his pill like a champ because he doesn't know I'm giving it to him technically because I'm feeding him. You know, you saw how like I crunched up the treat and he like ate it. So what I do is I crunch up the treat and I give him a little bit, and then I give him the pill, and he just eats it right up. And I'm like, here's more treat. You know, he has no idea. Anyway, it's great because he tunnel visions onto the treat. So he took it, and you know, he's just having the time of his life, chatting, following me around, chatting. And then like 45 minutes in, we have to leave in like 10 minutes. I could tell he could feel it, and I could tell he knew. And I was like, And the thing is, because we were just going to go to the vet to, you know, he wasn't crazy loopy because I only gave him one pill. But the thing is like he can tell whenever he feels like that he's going to the vet. So I managed to block him off. We were in the living room, and I'm like, I stand up because I guess I was eating or something, but I stand up, and no, I didn't eat. What was I doing? I was doing something, but I stand up, and he could tell by the way I stood up that it was time to go, because he immediately started slinking to the ground and trying to like run away. And I'm like, Thor, this will work better if we just work together. I'm like, we're just going to see if you have fleas. I'm like, we're just going. It's going to be easy. I lied. It wasn't easy, and it took way longer than I thought. It wasn't just a quick flea check because I'll get into it. So I corner him in the kitchen, and I pick him up, and he's fighting me hard. And it gets to a point where I'm holding him, like I have one like leg in my hand like this, and I have him like around here. His head is here, my head's here, and his other paw's like sticking out here. I have the bottom of his body on this arm, and I'm like, Thor, it's okay. We just have to go really quick. And then he just like stopped moving, you know? And so finally I was able to get him in, and he's like, Rawr. I'm like, I know, but it's going to be so fine. The drive there took almost an hour because of traffic. And I was like, this is a joke. This is a joke. And so, yeah, it's I thought, oh, it's fine if my dentist is far. It's fine if my doctor is far. It's fine if the vet is far because I don't drive all that often. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. Anyway, so but he's chilling. He's chilling in the front seat. Sun feels warm. The gabapentin really started hitting at that point. And so he was chilling. I looked over at him and he was just looking at me and he's just chilling. The sun felt good. AC felt good, I guess. I don't know. Maz, thank you for subscribing
Oh
at tier 2.
yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So here's the problem about this though, right? Do I add the points? Or do we hold off until you see what I mean? Because if because the points may have already been added. It gets a little his face. It doesn't change that much. Maybe hold off, change till next stream. Yeah, we'll update it every stream. Just because I think our hopes get up, let up, hopes. English? Do I speak English? It lets our hopes get up. There we go. Okay, so we get to the vet. I carry him in, and I'm talking to a lady at the front, and she's like, okay, so he has had his gabapentin. I'm like, yeah, he's still gonna fight you though. She's like, okay, and she's like, okay, so are we just checking that he's itchy? And I was like, yeah. So I explained the whole thing. I showed her the photo that we had, and I was like, yeah, he let me hold him like that, so it was perfect. I get the photo, and I was like, the thing is like the spot that he's licking, I know it's by his penis, so I am a little, that's why I brought him in. I'm a little questionable. And but the thing is he's licking all over. It's just that spot I guess he was licking the most, but it's not like the spot isn't, it's not scabbed over, it's not bleeding, it's not irritated. It's not anything, where it's like, uh-oh. It's just like, oh, why is my cat bald? So anyway, took him into the room and she's like, okay, if you could just get him out of the carrier. And I was like, yep. So managed to squeegee him out, set him on the carrot. He's 14 pounds now. So somehow we lost a whole pound. Not entirely sure how that happened, except for he's a little bit more active. But, we got that going for us. So then he tries to, crawl over and like get close to me. So I'm just petting him. I'm, she's like, okay, the vet will be in a minute. And I was like, okay. So then the vet comes in and she's like, she brings another girl who I've recognized with her. And she's like, and she had a towel, and she goes, yeah, once I heard, they came in and said, hey, we're going to need someone else to, for this pet. And they're like, oh, who is it? And she goes, Thor. And she goes, I know him. So she came with a towel, and I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, so then she came in and I explained everything again, and I was like, he's just really kind of itchy all over. I thought maybe it could be fleas, and then I thought maybe because I just moved, he's stressed out, but he doesn't act stressed out. I explained the whole thing. And she's like, yeah, she's like, honestly, probably is fleas, but I just want to look at the spot and just kind of get an idea, because if he's licking by his groin area, it could be bladder stones, I think is what she said. And I was like, bladder stones? Because, like, once I heard that, in the back of my head, I'm, like, opening my wallet, and I'm like, sorry, the anal glands took it all, And so I'm like, bladder stones, yeah, okay. But the thing is, too, he gets a ton of water, he gets a ton of wet food, so a big part of me was like, I don't think it's bladder stones. And also, too, my concern was urine crystals, because I know male cats get urine crystals, and that can kill them. So I was like, that's mainly why I was like, I didn't even consider bladder stones or, whatever the hell. And so I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, we can, I was like, would we be able to, I was like, that's, I did think about, the crystals, like, would we be able to check his urine? She's like, you want to do that today? And I was like, yeah, like, if we could check his urine. She's like, yeah, for the bladder stones, we wouldn't have to do x-rays. And I'm like, noted, okay. And she's like, yeah, so we need to flip him over so we can at least, like, look at it and see what we're messing with. And I was like, okay. And I was like, how do you, and so they're, like, the towel girl came over. I feel bad, I don't know any of their names. Towel girl came over, and she's like, I'm like, okay, what do y'all want me to do with him? And they're like, because everyone was like afraid of him, and I'm like, fair, very valid. Let me do whatever I gotta do, So because his head is just like here, right? And so I'm holding him, And they're like, yeah, so we need to somehow maneuver him so we can see, the spot on his legs. I'm like, you want me to flip him over? And they're like, yeah, if you can, like, here's a towel. And I just went blop. I scooped him and just went blop. And he didn't fight me. He just kind of let it happen. And I was like, okay. So then she's like, here's a towel. Here's a towel. The thing is, though, whenever I take him to the vet, I wear a hoodie every single time. Let me tell you something. That vet, it's hot as shit in there. Every single time I get beads of sweat down my back and my boobs. Like, it is so hot in there. But I wear the hoodie because Thor has claws. And so I just prepare. So every single time I'm like, oh my God. And then I get like the heat wave up the back of your neck where it's like too hot and your body's like, please take this off. And you're like, I can't. Anyway. So I had on my hoodie and she's like, here's the towel. And she's like, we're going to put it over his head. And I was like, I didn't want to, be like, actually, because the thing about Thor, he is a cat. Normally, I don't know if y'all know a lot about cats. What they do with like tigers and lions and oh my, all that stuff is cats react better if they cannot see what's going on. Thor is not one of those cats. He has to see what's going on. He has to make sure that I am there, and he also has to see what's going on. He needs to see. So when she put the towel over him, he immediately was like flipping his head around, trying to be like, mom, And so, because like what they needed to do was they needed to spread his legs, because he's like kind of on his back, that she needed to spread his legs and look, because it's a big bald spot, And then she was gonna like feel around. So I'm like, the towel was kind of, so I moved the towel kind of with my head so he can see like right here and like have my face on his face. And he's like, "Rah!" And just started hissing and growling. I was like, I know, just hold on. And he's like clearly super uncomfortable because he's flipped one way and she's trying to spread his legs to look and so then like finished with that and she goes, okay, like I need to do a physical examination now. And I'm like, okay, go ahead. So flipping back. And so she's like, can you like hold on to his upper body? And I was like, yeah. So I'm holding him and he's just the whole time. And I was like, I need to turn around and just hiss. And I'm like, you're okay. You're doing so good. Anytime I like talk to him and I look at him, he'd be like, just slow blink. And I'm like, it's okay though. I'm like, you're doing, because it was, he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't like it. He's traumatized from his anal glands. I don't blame him. Anytime anyone now, like if we're home, it's fine. But like anytime he's at the vet and they immediately go towards his ass, he's like turns into demon Thor. But anyway, so like because she had to stand behind him to like feel his like intestines and his bladder and everything else, and he was just growling because he's like, don't touch me. But anyway, so I'm just like talking to him. They're like, okay, like I need to listen to his lungs, I need to listen to his heart. And so she like listen to everything. She goes, okay, is he gonna let me? So she pulls his ear and looks in his ear, and he just let her. And she's like, will he let me? Oh, he will. Okay. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, okay, so Thor, can you hiss again? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh, she wants to see his teeth and potentially gums, because you can tell if an animal's dehydrated by their gums. So I was like, okay, okay, Thor, let's show the teethies. So I grab his head and I just go whoosh, with his gums. Like they were probably like, this girl, how is she doing this? Like I just, and so he's just sitting there like his teeth out, and she goes, oh, he has a little bit of tartar. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's a cat, so I don't know what to tell you. He's gonna be 13 in August, So anyway, so then she like checks everything. She like, yeah, everything looks good, everything sounds good. What we will do is we'll give you like the flea medication just to because we need to mark that off the list, like because she's like, all it takes is one flea, and if you live in an apartment and the apartment complex has dogs, they can get in really easily. And I was like, that makes sense, because I was like, he's like strictly inside, he doesn't go out at all. So I don't know how. She's like, yeah, it doesn't matter, like if you live in an apartment they can get in. I was like, cool, good to know. So then she's like, yeah, so we're gonna tally up, if you want to get his urine tested. And I was like, yeah, if we can. Like, yeah, the only thing is like, he will need to be sedated. And I was like, yep, of course, naturally. And like, yeah, and so then we'll have to run some tests, but we'll bring you the sheet to like, they always give you like the estimate of how much it's going to cost. So they leave, and then Thor's like all like rubbing up against me again. I'm like, you did so good. I'm sorry for what you're about to go through. I know this was not on the plan, but I need to make sure that you do not have crystals in your urine, So they came back with the sheet, and they're like, yeah, so this is how much of the flea, this is this. And then going down, like the first thing I noticed was the total, which was like over $600. And I was like, last time we did the pee test, it was not $600. Last time we did the pee test, so I was like looking at everything to see like what the fuck is making it cost so much. And down at the bottom, it was X-rays. And she's like, and if we did the X-rays, then that would add, $300 to it. And I was like, so about the X-rays, I was like, would we be able to do the urine test first, and then if something comes back weird, then we do the X-rays? Like, would the potential bladder stones or the urine crystals, would that show up in the urine? She's like, yeah. And I was like, so can we not do the urine test first? Like, it was just so weird to me being like, yeah, we're gonna do urine test and the X-rays. Like, and I told her too, I was like, look, if we need to do the X-rays, we can, after the urine test, but I just want to, kind of, I don't want to just throw $300. I just did the anal gland surgery, like, it's just, and like, I get, because with the hard thing about animals is they can't tell you what's going on, like if their tummy hurts, they can't tell you. If their, skin is itchy, they can't tell you. You can pick up on stuff, but they can't come to you and be like, mother, I do declare I'm itchy, like they can't. So that's why they try to rule out everything. But also, I'm not a money tree. Thor, like I spent, a little too much on removing your little poop glands. So anyway, but so they took him into the back and they're like, yeah, we'll be ready in an hour. And I was like, okay. So I went and got some food, and then I came back after the hour. I walked in and they're like, yeah, so we're not ready for you yet. Like, we still need another hour because, there was other animals waiting to be seen first. And I was like, okay. Because the time that I left was like peak time to go, because normally it would have taken me like an hour and a half. And so that's why I chose that time, because so the only thing is I thought it was going to take like, an hour, and then I could come back at a good amount of time. But they took a while. But the good news is like the urine came back completely clean. And so they're like, okay, so it's not anything to do with his bladder. And I was like, nice. They're like, yeah, so it's going to be fleas or behavioral. And I was like, okay. Because the thing is, right, if it's fleas, I hope it's fleas, because I gave him his flea medication. And then that's handled. I just have to give him flea medication like once a month. If it's behavioral, that's a bigger problem, because my thinking for behavioral is, my first thought, because he doesn't seem anxious, he doesn't seem like, but the cats are very good at hiding, everything. So like, maybe he is. I don't think he's stressed. I don't think he's anxious. The thing is, like, what I've noticed is he's more playful, and he doesn't sleep as much. Like, he's investigating everything, which, like, I did move, and I know that, moving, the older a cat gets, the moving it is harder. Thor doesn't seem to be like that kind of a cat where it stresses him out, or he just doesn't care. Wherever I am, he's fine with it, Loco Bam, thank you for subscribing for 49 months. Thank you. I would add it, but I don't know if it counted already or not, so we're just kind of stuck in this loop. So anyway, my thinking with his behavior, if it is behavioral, it's either because he's like religiously bathing himself because he's bored, or he's anxious. Like, I think between stressed or anxious, it's more likely anxious because of how he gets around me in general. Like, if I'm, I have to be there all the time. I have to give him attention all the time. So my thinking is like, all right, if it's behavioral, do I get another cat? Does he need a buddy? And like, the problem with another cat is that means double the food, double the litter, double the vet bill if, there's a problem. And it's just like, but the thing is, cats are, got something for you? No, you can't, links aren't allowed because some people are weird. But you could tell me what it is. But it's also too, like, there's anxiety medication, but I don't want to put him on any medication if he doesn't need it per se. But anyway, I think overall, he's fine. I just think he's bored, and so it's like, but if if like worst case scenario, if I did get another cat, I would adopt it. It'd be a little girl cat, and I'd try to get the same age. A cat diffuser. Is that one of the things that plugs into the wall? Because I think I had one and it didn't do shit. I think. Let me look it up because I'm pretty sure I had one. Same breed too. I just whichever one. I mean, I wouldn't go looking specifically for Thor 2.0, but also too, I'd have to find one that also gets along with cats. I think Thor gets along with cats. I don't think he's that territorial. Let me see. Yeah, I had one of these. It didn't do anything. As far as I know. But it's also too, the thing is he's not, see Thor getting so jealous of another cat. Well, that's the thing is like, cause he's experienced other cats slightly, but I had one of them. It did chill my cat out when things were crazy at my place. Well, that's the thing though. It doesn't get crazy here. I just think that he gets bored. Like right now though, he's sleeping on the bed, comfy cozy, because it's raining out. But I don't know. It's just figuring it out since Thor's been around. Yeah, it's been a while. But also too, the way that he reacted around Panda and Panda being a dog, I think it'd be fine. But like I said, double the cat food, double the litter, also double the throw up. So it's just like I don't want to Sherlock still. Yeah, because the thing is where I live now, it's very much a dog area. So just to be safe, and I don't mean like, oh, look at this little, wiener dog. Look at this little chihuahua. These people have dogs, like pit bull kind of dogs, and like the thing is, have y'all listen? I like dogs, right? I like dogs. I consider myself a dog person, and I never really understood, like the pit bull hate, right? Because I was like, oh, pit bulls, they're so cute, and I understand that and it's the owner and this and that, and then I went over to a friend's house one time. They were having a party, and they had just adopted a pit bull, and he was so cute. He had like a big head, and he was really friendly, and he loved attention. He wanted to play, and I was standing there talking to people, and I had been petting him, and I stood up, and he wanted me to keep petting him, and so he jumped up and he latched onto my arm, and in that split second I was like, oh my god, I get it. The jaw strength, I have never felt something like that before. I've been bitten by all kinds of animals. Riley wouldn't bite. Riley, best dog in the whole world. Riley would use his front teeth and he but just at like the bottom of your jeans. And like he would bite when he was a puppy, because he was a puppy. Yeah, so my arm punctured. And the thing is that he didn't even bite me that hard. And like when he bit me, he's a chunky dog. And so when he latched, I felt him latch. And so I like went down, so that way I wasn't like ripping my arm out. So like I went down, I didn't go face to face with him because it's an unknown dog, but I went down with my arm, and I was like, and also this was not my friends. It was like my friend's friends. And so I also don't like bring attention to myself. And so I was like, help, can someone help? Please help. And I just had and he wouldn't let go because he just, wanted to play. And finally, like, the person sitting next to me was like, oh my god. And they're like, oh my god. And they're like, and then the owner was like, hey, stop it. And they let go. And I was standing there, and I'm like, and I had a lacy long sleeve on, but I could feel it. And I'm like, so they're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. So I went to the bathroom. I wonder if I still have the picture, but like my arm immediately was like bruised, punctured. It wasn't dripping blood, but like it, like when it's like under the skin and it's bleeding under the skin. And I remember standing in the bathroom just being like, I didn't know that was possible. Like the moment he latched, I was like, oh fuck. Like it was just like, I get it now. Like I get, like I still think that they're. I do not believe in adopt, don't shop as far as dogs go. I think it also depends. Um, but in terms of stuff like that, because I don't they didn't keep him much longer, and I don't know if something happened as well with the owners, but bulls over here, it's always, oh, they're fine till they ain't. That, yeah, well, it's also too just like people are like, oh, he's fine, he would never hurt anything, it wouldn't hurt a fly, and then they get loose and they kill a child, and it's like, like maybe, I don't know. It's also too though, just also throwing out. My brother was attacked by a golden retriever, and it almost killed him. So like dogs in general are they're animals. Like you have to be careful. And so, but like there are dog like there's the difference between the bite of the golden retriever versus a pit bull. That was crazy. Let me see if because I know I don't have the picture still on my phone. I wonder if I saved it.
Oh,
I don't think I did.
yeah.
Hello.
Scurry.
Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing at tier 3 for 2 years. Yes, Pink is best. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know if I should add the points or not. I want to. The only time I ever been to by one day they chased me and bit my leg. Dad went over and raised hell, and they always put the oh damn. I mean, like, makes sense, but like damn. Has updated for me. Yeah, well, I think it updated. Would we say like a whole day? Yeah, I didn't write it in my diary. I know, I think I sent it to... maybe he could find it. I know I sent it to Adam. I'm asking if he remembers. Do you remember when I got bit by the pit bull at a party and sent you a pic in the bathroom? Because I'm pretty sure I sent it to him. Someone said pizza and donuts. Well, you were lied to. I don't know who told you pizza and donuts. The only best we got here is a little bit of water. He goes, not specifically, no, why? I was telling the story on stream and wanted to find the pic, and I'm pretty sure I texted you about it, but I cannot remember. Did he tell you about special food about stones and cats? It's pricey but good. No, because he doesn't have any. But what he has, so the dry food he has to have because he got his anal glands removed. Royal Canin. I feed him Royal Canin. I know it's very pricey. Trust me, I know. I feed him the digestive one, I think. Because he has to have softer poops. I mean, he was put on the food like a year, maybe 2 years ago. For his anal glands, but it was like a genetic problem. So we're on that. And then he's so picky with wet food. I swear to God, dude. He will only eat so it has to be pate or broth, and it has to be tuna, salmon, chicken, or turkey. He refuses. If it's like a darker color, he won't eat it. If it has pieces of real chicken in it, he won't eat it. if it's sometimes he does eat the pieces. So if I get like the I don't know what it's like pieces of fish with like cheese chunks. Um I think it's Friskies. No, not Friskies. It's Fancy Feast. Um he'll eat that. It's anyway, it's a pain in my ass. Because they're also supposed to say, too, here's the best part, right? Oh, you can't change your cat's food because it's going to upset their stomach. If I don't change his food, he won't eat. He cannot have Frisky. No, sorry. I don't know why I keep saying Friskies. He doesn't eat Friskies. He can't have Fancy Feast food, salmon for lunch, and then the exact same Fancy Feast salmon food for dinner. It has to be salmon and then Sheba wild caught albacore or something. Like it has to be different. And now he's not even eating Sheba, so I have like 20 packets of Sheba. Fine, it's for a king. And you know what's anytime I go to the kitchen to eat, he's like, I should eat too. And I'm like, I gave you food 30 seconds ago. You licked it and walked away. Like what are you doing? Like every time. Oh, he's so tedious. Okay, hold on. Adam. Oh my god. He goes, he found it. Oh, it was my arm in my hand. Holy shit. Holy shit. I found it. It was the 6th of January, 2020. How'd you find it that fast? Okay, so it punctured my hand. This is what my hand looked like. So I guess it bit down twice. And then my upper arm. Which like I'm pretty beefy. And like I've always been kind of beefy. So it's not like my arm, like I want you to imagine if like this is my forearm. So I want you to imagine how big the bite was. Doesn't look bad, but yeah, well, because I think this was like immediately after. Like I said, it wasn't bleeding, but my hand hurt real bad though, because you have like such sensitive bones in your hand, and you can just But I think the reasoning why it wasn't worse is because when he clamped down, I went down with him. Because imagine if he clamped and pulled and I just stayed here. Anyway. That's so funny. That was 5 years ago. That's wild. Ew. That was 5 years ago? Ugh. So, anyway, back to my tedious little son. Just a minute if you didn't know the story. Oh, yeah. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the vet. We're back. Locked in. So, after another hour, I go back to the vet and they're like, okay, he's ready. And so I was like paying for it. And so I was talking to this person and then there was another nurse over here and she starts laughing. She goes, it's funny. It's not funny. It's bad, but it's not bad. But every time you walk past his carrier, he hisses at you so loud. And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, it's so funny. But like, cause I'm like, I'm sorry. So apparently anytime any nurse would walk past his, like I guess he was on like a table back there or something, if they walked past it he would just hiss like super loud, hello. And just so she's like, anytime you'd be holding papers walking past and you hear and I'm like, oh my god. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I swear he's a completely different cat. He's at home, he's completely different. And she goes, no, I get it. I have the same one. He acts the same way. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. So then they bring him out into the carrier, and the way his carrier is it has flaps on the sides, but I roll them up so he can see because Thor likes to see. And normally when they bring him out, they always close them back up, and I'm like, no, you have to keep them open because he likes to see. Anyway, so they bring him out and he locked eyes. I could see his body just be like just seeing me being like, oh, thank God, you know? So like, here he is. And they handed me the carrier and I was like, thank you. So I, held on to it. And she's like, yeah, so he's gonna be a little loopy, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. So then I like, get the flea medication and everything, and they trimmed his nails and everything because he was sedated. It wasn't like the deep sedation. It was just like a light sedation. So that it wasn't, he didn't act like he did when he got his anal glands removed. That was a nightmare. This was just like the way he was sedated this time was like when he was sedated to get his anal glands squeezed. I can't think of the proper term. Anyway, so at times it was one of the least favorite. Yeah, Express. Thank you. It was like the least favorite experience I had with him was that because it was, it's like he couldn't see, he couldn't understand what was going on, and anyway, so we get in the car and I put him in. I'm like, you did so good, just talking to him, blah 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 blah. And so we're driving, and the traffic was so fucking bad. Oh my God. And so we're sitting there, and he was behaving for like the first like 25 minutes, and then he looks at me and he goes, "So, do y'all have cats? Do you know how they howl in the car?" And it's like a guttural, like, shut the hell up kind of, they howl and they moan and they growl, and you're like, please. So Thor did that. He's never done that. He never ever does. He likes car rides. He's never, so the only time he's done that was when I packed him up and left because I had to evacuate the fires. And I was going down to my friend, south, and the whole time, but it was because it was dark. It was in the back seat. He couldn't see anything, and he could tell that I was stressed and panicked and scared, and so he howled for the entire time I drove. He had such a high pitch meow. Here you go deep and growl, scare the shit out of me the first time. Yeah, Thor. Yeah, I mean Thor has a wide a range of vocal noises, so sometimes he'll do something, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then he comes around the corner and he looks at me. He's like, meow. I'm like, what was that? Anyway, so we were in the car in like 25 minutes, waiting for traffic, going like 2 miles an hour. And Thor looks at me, he goes, meow. And I was like, yeah, you did good. And he goes, meow. And I was like, okay, we're chatting. He chatted for 45 minutes. And he go quiet for like 5 minutes, and he look at me, go, meow, meow, meow. And I'm like, yeah, you did real good, didn't you? Meow, meow, meow. And I'm like, yep. And I'm just like, I was so thankful it wasn't the howling. But I could tell, because you have to remember too, for him, he had been in the carrier this entire time. Thor likes to, he was telling me he was ready to get out. I could tell. He was tired of being in the carrier because he had to wait for like 2 hours, And so we were like 5 minutes from home. And he was like, rah, 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 rah. I was like, I know. I was like, just relax. So I would like roll down the windows so like, outside air would come in. He'd be like sniffing. So, because it makes him quiet for a little bit. And then finally we got home and I opened the carrier and he went, phew, and just started like rubbing around on everything. Went straight for his food and then came back, started rubbing against me. Then went, phew, back to the food. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we're good. So, and then he took a deep nap. Took a long ass deep nap. And I needed one too because that was a lot of driving. How often is it good? If everything was perfectly fine, it'd be like I think once a year just to get his vaccines. Unfortunately, it's Thor, and now that he's a little older, I do want to, if something is a problem, I do want to take it in and handle it. Be out for it. Yeah, it was like most of the day because the traffic was so bad. Then he took a big poop. Well, he did yesterday. Oh my God. And once a month. No, if I didn't get rid of his anal glands, it would have to be once a month, and that would stress him out to death. I'm pretty sure. So yesterday I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put on some outfits. I'm planning all this stuff for Fansly. I'm gonna put on some outfits. It's gonna be great. And the thing is, right, so here's the thing. I know for some people it's really hard to believe that I have body dysmorphia because I work out a lot and I don't eat all that great, but I do eat enough to where I'm alive. And I'm not like, a bone, just one bone. Um, but so my I have bad body dysmorphia. And it's like on one hand it doesn't bother me, on the other hand it does bother me because I see one thing and I take a picture and I'm like, eh. So like one thing that bothers me is I have a primordial pooch, right? And I call it that because I think it's funny. But it's like, so where my belly button is, and I've showed it, I've talked about it, I don't really care because like people, oh, flat stomach. I'm like, for the most part I think my stomach is flat. But I have the little pooch and it's, my organs are in there. If I suck in, you can literally see, it's gross. I did it yesterday because I was like, well, I don't have much skin here. And also too, if I do like a back bend, my skin stretches, so I need the little pooch skin. But the way that in photos with a ring light, the shadow like of the pooch casts down on it, and so it looks like a little pregnancy bump. And my brain was losing it, and I was like, "We know what this is. Stop it!" And I'm like, "No, but what if we look? What if we look? 3 months pregnant? We're not pregnant." I'm like, I know, but it's just how my body is. It's literally, I remember being 15 and starting to hit puberty, and I developed it because for one, it's genetic. Like I told y'all how I talked to my mom about it because my mom was like, "Oh, I have a gut," and I'm like, "That's literally genetic. Like I have it." And like the only reason why I felt fine about it is because I saw that you had it, and I was like, "Oh, my mommy has that. I have it too." And then I guess, and then like I said before, I hope that me and my mom. And the thing is, I don't feel insecure about it, but it's like when I take pictures and I see like the shadows, I'm like, if you tense your abs instead of sucking your stomach, I don't suck in my stomach. I would show y'all now, but I ate a massive bowl of Chipotle for lunch. Like all the chips. And I'm pretty sure the guy, because I walked up and I got a sofritas bowl because I like the sofritas, but he's like, oh, I think it's in the back. So he went to the back and he came back. I think he gave me double scooping because he can't. Normally it's just like half-assed, but he came back and it was covered, and I'm like, and then I asked for the queso, and so he scooped a queso, and then he was gonna pass the bowl to the next person that was gonna do like the other sauces and stuff, and he scooped it and then went and scooped another, and I was like, double queso. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting treated today. But anyway, so I couldn't eat all of it, but I had a massive avocado because listen, they put cilantro in the guacamole and I don't like cilantro. Ugh. So I had an avocado, so I just went for the extra, to put that in the bowl. Anyway, so I don't double queso, butter and cream. I know, that's what I'm saying. Also too, I know some people have like privately messaged me on Fansly, and they're like, "Oh, your photos would look so much better if you don't suck in." And I'm like, I don't suck in. Like I angle like here. I need y'all to. Oh my god, the chair's stuck. I need y'all to. Oh my god, wait, I forgot about the chair. Y'all do something for me, all right? I want you to sit in a chair like this, and then lean back like this, and tell me that you're. I also too. I think I have a flared rib cage. Anyway, you tell me this part of your body doesn't suck in. Not you sucking it in. It just does it. But anyway, so when I pose in photos, I try to like change it up a bit. So if I like pose, lean back, my ribs go flunk. But also too, it's not doing it now because I just ate. But people were like, "Oh, you're sucking in, and it'll look better." And I'm like, if I suck in, it's obvious as hell when I suck in. And like there's posing. Like obviously I'm gonna flex. And that is what, yeah. So like that's just what a body is. Because like if you just for starters, if you sit, oh, I forgot I'm wearing a shirt and leggings, but the leggings are not proper leggings, so don't let me show my legs. Well, I can show my legs, just not above. Anyway, I thought it would be comfy. So if you sit, right, if you sit like a shrimp, you're gonna get little squish rolls because that's how our bodies are, and like it is what it is. So anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so my body dysmorphia, I've been struggling with it because also too I haven't had my gym rhythm since like November. Because December, I was trying to like, get it all done before I went home for Christmas. And then when I came back in January, I had to focus on finding an apartment and then packing and then all that other fun stuff. And then in February, I, was focused on moving and, or packing and moving and unpacking. And I've been going to the gym when I can. And most of the time when I go to the gym or went to the gym during that time, I was too exhausted. And so I would walk on the treadmill because I just wanted to at least move. Because when I'm streaming, when I'm, filming YouTube videos, when I'm doing, there's not a lot of movement. So even just going to walk makes me feel better. It was my first time moving in like 3 years. I don't think that's a whole lot. Yeah, so it kind of, even now, like, I'm still trying to get back into the rhythm of it. Even if you look the same mentally, that convinces you that you don't. Yeah, and I don't feel, I don't know, it's weird. Because on one hand, when I go to the gym now, like, I'm still able to lift the same amount of weights. I'm still able to do everything that I did before. Like, physically, nothing has changed, but not being able to go like that, I don't know. I guess it's like a mental thing. Also has a natural thing for some women to protect their... See, that's what they say. I don't really know what the inside of me looks like. But it wouldn't surprise me. Because when can I stand up? I think I stand up. So my pooch is here. This is my pooch. And I think for me, my reproductive stuff is down below it. But for me, like, what I think, because listen, if, hypothetically, because I don't think this is going to happen ever, because I don't want it to, if I were to get pregnant, that pooch of skin and like a crumb of fat is going to help expand, whereas if I was completely flat there, my skin would have to essentially rip. That's just what I think of. But I'm not gonna get pregnant, so no thank you. Anyway, it's terrifying. But it's just like, because I did wonder, when I was 15, like, why I developed it, and I'm like, oh, is it because I like ice cream? Like, oh, what is going on? But and I did lots of stretches, I did all kinds of other stuff. And one thing I noticed, because I would do back bends, which I don't know if y'all know what a back bend is, but every time I would do a back bend, I would like feel my stomach and the pooch would be gone, because my entire, like, I bent backwards, and my doctor was very pregnant. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. No thank you. Anyway, so back to body dysmorphia. The thing is I kept telling myself, like, right now, the way I see it, and because this happens every single time. I take photos, I look at myself, and while I'm taking the photos, and I'm like, and then like 2 days go by, and I'm like, okay, I should edit those photos, and I look at them, and I'm like, why was I crying? These look fine. And then I edit it, add some filters, whatever. Which also too, I do want to say I edit the photos a little bit. Not crazy. Like, I'm not making my waist, like this big, but I smooth some skin, just like, if I got like a little bit of hairy arm or something, I just smooth it out a little bit. Although hairy arms are normal. I'm not saying that's what, but like for me, because I've said before, I have a lot of cellulite on my legs, and I personally am really insecure about it. And so I kind of, go away. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was taking photos, and so like the first sets of photos were okay, but then I was like, man, I'm getting a little overstimulated by like some of this stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'll start trying to do some cosplays. Yeah, the cosplays will go great. So I put in some blue contacts, and I put on a blonde wig, and I looked in the mirror, and I was like, I look like my father put on a wig. And I was like, maybe it's body dysmorphia. So I text Jewel, and I text Nate, and I text Adam, my trifecta of friendships. And I was like, hey, do I look like, I don't know, my dad? And every single one were like, the fuck? No, you look like this. You look like this. I don't want to spoil it. It was too late. It was too late. I took maybe 4 photos and I ripped off the wig and I took out the contacts and I was like, I look like my father in a wig. I hate this. I hate this. And I'm like, no, I can't cry. I can't cry. I still have to shoot like 3 more things. I still have to. So I was like, okay, next one. I'll just do the next one. So I did the next one, and it was okay. Um, the cosplay outfit. Remember how I told y'all like, I ordered some that looked really cute, and then it got here and it was essentially just paper. Yeah, it was just like paper. I tried though. I really did. I tried. It was rough, but I did get some out of it. And I was like, okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. So I moved on to the next one, and I couldn't find. I had at the old apartment. I knew. Here's the ADHD. Ready? I knew exactly where this thing was. I kept it there because I knew that ADHD me would remember where I kept it. But then I moved and I don't know where I put it. And it was such a vital part to the cosplay. And so I was so mad. So I put in the other contacts and I looked weird up, but they're kind of cool. But I was like, oh, this is weird. So then I put on the whole cosplay and I was like, okay, maybe I don't even need it. And then I started taking pictures and I was like, I look like a fucking alien. And then I started to get ready to cry. Like I felt like the throat thing and the tears, and I was like, no. I was like, I have to take the pictures. I have to take the pictures. And so at this point, I was so overstimulated. This is the fourth wig I had put on. This is the third kind of contacts I had in, and like I was wearing like a one piece leather top, but it wasn't like suction cupped to my body, and so it just made me feel like I was a block. And so I took a few pictures, and I was like, this looks so bad. And so I just ripped off the wig, and then I started crying. I started crying so hard. And then I was like, this is so stupid. And I was like, why am I crying over this? And I was like, wait, I have an idea. And so I thought it was funny because I was like, I was so dramatic. But it was also like, anyway, so I took a picture of me crying. I don't know if I should put it on Fansly as like what Fansly does to me and then have it picture of me crying. With like mascara, I just thought it'd be, I don't know, I haven't, don't put, I, it'd be kind of funny. It's also too, what's so fun? Whenever I cry, my nose gets red, and then I get like blotchy here. But in the photo, so like I just have mascara going down, and I look like Rudolph because my nose is so red from just because like sometimes it's like like the cluster rains where it rains for like 5 seconds. Take it the wrong way. Oh. You're right. Damn it. I thought it was funny. I thought it here. What if I just zoomed in? Cuz you know how like some people I don't know, I see Gen Z doing it all the time where they take pictures of themselves crying or they do TikToks of themselves crying. It's so dramatic. You can't even you see how red my nose is? It's so embarrassing. Anyway, after that though, I felt better. Kind of. And I was like, I need to edit these. So I sat down and I started editing. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So then I played Field of Mystria. Just a little bit. It was fun though. And then, how Thor do you actually think he has fleas? I. The thing is, when the first time he did have fleas, I didn't know. So again with this, I told her too. I was like, I have a flea comb and I've like, you know, I've brushed him and I haven't found anything. She's like, yeah, well, their cats are very good at licking them away. And I was like, fair enough. So he may have fleas. I don't know. I put the medicine on him yesterday when he was barely awake and didn't know what was happening. So, um, and he's kind of been bathing occasionally, but he hasn't been like old man eating chili kind of bathing. So I think that's good, but I don't know. Only time will tell. I just need his fur to grow back because he's such a big bald spot. Searched him thoroughly. I tried. It's just his fur is dark and he likes bathing himself already, and so just the excessive bathing, I don't know. And it's also too like I haven't changed because I was trying to think like did I change laundry soap, detergent. I couldn't think. I haven't changed the detergent. Haven't changed the dryer sheets. Haven't changed even my own soap. I haven't changed. So I'm like, because it's not like an allergy. So I was like, I don't know. His fur is green. You know how many TikTok comments I get? Why is your cat moldy? Like, why are you moldy? I don't know. A couple of fleas in the apartment block is enough. Never knew that. Yeah, me either. Because the thing is, I've lived in apartments for so long. And, like, he's never had a problem before. And so, like, it happening from ankles, potentially, or Panda, potentially. But even now, I'm, like, super confused. Like, all you can do... Wait, you can do all you can, but it doesn't matter. So, yeah, it's like, I have to, it's so weird. But the thing is, I have 2 friends who have dogs. And I was like, what if somehow... because whenever I go see the dogs, it's like like I said, I like dogs, so like the dogs are all over me. What if somehow I brought like a flea from my clothes or maybe on my shoe home, I don't know. Riley, I don't think ever had fleas. He did get a tick one time though. Let me tell you something about that. That was horrifying because we didn't found it until it fell off, and it was like, ugh. Ugh, I hate ticks, bro. Oh, I hate ticks. I hate ticks so much. One time I had a tick. I woke up in the morning. Yeah. I was like, I don't know, like 14, I think. I woke up in the morning and something was itchy in the middle of my chest, like right here. And so I scratch it and I feel like a flap go up, and I was half awake. So I was like, oh, my mole must be coming off. Because I have a lot of moles, And so I get up and I go to the bathroom to like look at it. And then as I'm walking, I'm like, I don't have a mole there. And so I look in the mirror and I see it's a bug. And so I go, ah! And I didn't know. Okay, so I go, I rip it out and threw it in the sink, and it was around in the sink with a piece of my skin in its mouth. Which, by the way, you're not supposed to pull out a tick. But, I was half awake, 14, didn't know what was happening. And I was horrified, and I didn't tell a soul. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky I didn't get something. But yeah, I hate ticks. I hate ticks. I hate. But I played a lot outside, so I'm surprised that I didn't get more. Wait. What? Allergic to beef? It's not related. I'm pretty sure. Because I was 20. When I start thinking I'm allergic, it's like 2 years ago. Because I did think it, but I didn't have problems. We would eat steak and beef and all the time. I think that the main cause, that's why I'm like so like, because I stopped eating it in 2015 because I was seeing someone who was like super into fitness, and he's like, oh, beef, if you don't eat beef, it's better for you. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, I want to be fit too. So I stopped eating it, completely cut it out of my diet, didn't have it ever, and then went home and had it at like a big brisket barbecue, and I felt sick. And so I looked up like, what could be the cause of it, and it was like, oh, if you haven't eaten red meat in a while and you eat it, your stomach can't digest it. And so I was like, okay, I'm never eating it again then. Instead of like slowly introducing it back into my diet because I'm so afraid of throw up, I was like, I'm just never eating it again. So I didn't. But every time I would eat it, it would make my stomach upset, and I'd be like, I have to go to the bathroom, But then, so it wasn't until like 20. Say 2020 or 2020, no, 2021, is when I started experiencing it with beef broth, beef flavoring, um, and then I think 2023 is when, if it like cross contaminated, was I started noticing, like if it like touched, oh, this is made with beef tallow, and then I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up, so it like kind of developed for some reason. But it's also too, the thing is, part of me is like, I feel like I'm making it up. I feel like, what if I eat something with beef broth and I don't know? Like, I would probably be fine, right? But the thing is, because I'm so afraid of throw up, I can't risk it. Like, bell peppers makes me itchy. I'll risk it. Maybe I'm lying to myself. Maybe I'm gaslighting myself. Goat cheese, I'd rather not, just because it hurts. Where was I? I think I was at one place and I accidentally ate goat cheese. Now more places are being forced to cook their fries in beef tallow. No. Where? Who? Are fries not even safe anymore? Wait, what about like vegans and stuff? The only thing they can't eat is like fries at some place. This is the wine test. No, I mean, they did serve me goat cheese, but I didn't accidentally eat it. I gave it to my mom because I was listening to what they fed us. I don't know where I ate goat cheese somewhere accidentally because I immediately felt my stomach start bloating. Steak and Shake or something is... Oh, okay, well, I can't even eat Steak and Shake anymore. So, Steak and Shake is doing... I'm sure more places will follow. Brainworm. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It's because of that? Oh my god. I'm gonna start crashing out, man. Oh. Toodaloo. See ya. Frames are... Oh, are we good now? Are we good? We dropped 0.3%, but now we're good. Yeah, we're kind of goodish. Seems better. Okay. That was weird. Beef tallow for some reason. You know the one place I'd be safe at? But it's so frustrating. Think of the one place I could eat at that I know for a fact I will not get beef poisoning. But their Christian values are pieces of shit values. I swear to God, we can't have nothing. Can't have nothing. The answer is Chick-fil-A. Ooh, I can go to Raising Cane's. Never mind. I'm fine. Raising Cane's would never. Yeah, Chick-fil-A. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. They were doing fine, and they're doing bad, and then they doing better, and then they're back to doing bad again. So, Oh, did I tell y'all? So I did legs at the gym today, and there was this girl that. Where did it go? So I did Bulgarian split squats, and then I did sumo squats, and then I was going to do goblet squats. And I was on a bench that didn't have a bar because I figured no one's going to use it, right? And there was a bench across from me, and I didn't think anything of it. So I do Bulgarian, I do sumo, and so I was like, okay, I need to do goblet. And so I get my thing, and I did one set, and then a girl came over to the bench across from me, and she started doing Bulgarian split squats, and I was like, all right, but the thing is, we were facing each other. I didn't take a creeper photo, but I did kind of take we were literally like, there was not much space between. So I was sitting there texting Adam, and I was like, dude, this is so funny. He's like, no, it's like it's girly motivation. And I was like, yeah. Keep in mind though, there was maybe, including me, like 4 women at the gym today. So I was like, hey, just stay over here, okay? Stay over here. We're fine. She looked at, I don't know. I didn't look at her. Did you go, sup, girl? No. But I just thought it was so funny because I was, I had that whole place on lockdown. I was doing it, and then she came over and we were both doing legs. And so I was like, but when I was doing the goblet squats, originally I was going to be facing where she was. Instead, I just kind of rotated around so she was over here, and I just thought it was funny. Oh yeah, also too, Thor's developed I guess anxiety every single time I'm in the bath. Make sure you can't see nothing. So he tries to get in with me. And he screams at me. He'll sit on the edge of the tub and scream and scream and scream. And scream and scream and scream. And then, because like, when you're in the bath, you have your legs, out in the water, and then you have like this much above the water. He goes like this. And puts both of his paws here. And I'm like, can you not? And then he'll like sit on the edge of the tub and his tail will go. This is the water, by the way. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what? The cat that boat. Yeah, well, I haven't watched the whole thing, but I saw it's like in a Tupperware, right? And it's like, oh, so-and-so is floating in a... I don't think Thor would do that. I don't think he would chill enough to be in the boat. He almost fell in the other day, because he's been doing this for like weeks. Where so the other day, I don't remember exactly what day it was, but he put his paw in to be like, can I get in this? And you can't, I mean, you could, but he put his paw in and then like kind of took it out and was like, leaned over again, put his paw in, and he slipped. And I was like, if I go grab him, this was when he still has his sharp nails, so I was going to grab him and, get my arms clawed up, or he was going to fall in the water and my legs and potentially other areas were going to get clawed up. And so I was like, arms, we're doing arms. So he slipped and like kind of started to go. And so I moved my hands up, but he managed to like use his hind legs to push himself backwards. So he went out of the, anyway. I can't even take, nice relaxing baths anymore because he just row, 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 row. And I'm like, what? It's the Mercy skin. Which one? Okay, it's Thor. Do you think Thor is ever gonna have a lesson where he's like, I learned from this? Yeah, okay, I saw people were saying she and Ash are too old for it, and I was like, damn. Okay, well, shit. Some other times he is. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes he does stuff, and I'm like, you're a cat. Because sometimes when we're like he's around, I'm like, you can understand me. And there's other times where I'm like, you're a cat. You're just a cat. And the new skins, yeah, I don't understand. And then also too, so the Mercy, they released another recoloration, and like this stupid bundle. And because I'm a collector, we even buy the ugly ones. And you couldn't... Yeah, it was the crimson one. Also, why would they did like 4 crimson ones, and then Brig was like a bright blue. And I'm like... It was so dumb. See, I kind of went... Well, I got it. And they wouldn't... It made me so mad because I just wanted to get the Mercy one, but you had to buy the whole bundle. I'm like, you little shits. So I bought the Mercy skin because I'm a collector. So man, they're just... Yeah, I was just about to say, they're milking. They are milking. Everybody's little cow titties are gonna be red and tired because of how much they're trying to milk. That's gonna sound weird, but we're talking about Overwatch. So glad you said cow titties. If I didn't, people were gonna take it the wrong way. I said nothing. I said nothing. I just what was I wrong? Am I wrong? I don't think so. About to enjoy one of the last peace teas. Dude, yeah, I texted Damon about that. What the fuck? Have y'all seen that about peace tea? They literally, oh my god, I knew this was bound to happen. When Coke bought them, I knew. I didn't know when, but I knew it was going to happen. So peace tea used to just be sweet tea and like flavor, right? I'm just going to pull up what I sent Damon. Hold on. So what they did now, where's my text to Damon? Hold on.
You guys,
A tea, oh yeah, tea, what about high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, less than 2% natural flavors, forced acid, exactly. So, hold on, I'm just going to show you all the TikTok. Ready?
changed peace tea. You have to, okay, look at this. Regular peace tea can, new peace tea can. Ingredients, tea, cane sugar, natural flavors. Ingredients, high fructose corn syrup, and all of this crazy shit. You guys, they changed.
So not only did they change the size, but yeah. Full, yep. Yep. The ingredient, because Coke bought it. Once Coke bought them, it was game over. And the one I'm holding is like just tea, sugar, citric acid, and it's sucralose. I remember my peace tea days. I remember when I got sponsored by them, they sent me, they're like, yeah, we'll send you some. And I was like, that'd be great. Thank you so much. And they sent me like 10 massive boxes. And I was like, I can't drink all of this. To be fair, it's a good Coke company. Oh, I know. It's been a while. But I don't know why they're changing it now. Like, it's so weird. Yeah, because I was sponsored by them in like 2014-ish. Oh, God, my hair. My hair is still wet. And it's been an hour. Over an hour. Do you give some to your friends at least? Sometimes. For the most part, I kind of hoarded a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't even remember what my favorite flavor was. Did they have a peach? I think it was peach. God, my hair's annoying me now. I can feel that it's wet. You hoard? No. Alright. Alright. Listen. Peace tea flavors. Peach. I liked the light blue one. Why is it showing me? Here we go. Oh my god, this is a throwback. Holy shit. Razzleberry tea was good. Snowberry. I think I like Snowberry. Oh my god, this is crazy. I can literally taste these photos. Man. What a time. What a time. I can't believe that. Okay, what is one like core memory that y'all have from when like we were supposed to lock down, like quarantine lockdown? Y'all have any like core memories from that? I have a handful. The toilet paper. See, I already stocked up on hoarding. I already stocked up on toilet paper. So everyone would be like, oh, toilet paper. I was like, y'all don't have some already? Like, I was so confused. For me, it was Animal Crossing. Just being in that room. playing Animal Crossing, and then Tiger King. They just shipped me toilet paper because they didn't have any shortages at home. Working via the PC. Oh, as like a teacher, I can imagine. Yeah. Getting into pickling veggies. Oh. Do you still do that? I'm trying to think what else. But Animal Crossing was like... That's like a big... If I were to think of the banana bread... Yeah, I didn't really get into that. Whole setup, felt like a streamer. Nice. I wanna go look at my... Because I did... This game turned out to be 3 weeks. It came out then? That's weird. Just got back from China like January 20th, and the context of telling me to go to Costco is about to get crazy. Oh, jeez. Let's see. What's in my February? Because we didn't lock down until like March, right? I'm reading. Move officers alone in a building. Those memories running. Oh, never mind. That was 2020. Just remember going to a wrestling show right before shit hit the fan. That's how I felt. Like I had the BTS meet and greet right before shit hit the fan. The worst thing though is I also in February. I think that's when I flew out to help Jewel drive from Texas to California. And I remember her. I'm like, why don't you just fly? She's like, oh, because this COVID stuff in China is gonna get bad. I'm like, it's like the flu. It's fine. I remember telling her that, and then like 2 months later, I'm like, oops. Oops. Airlines heating, and they argued their essential business and got the exemption to stay open. Interesting. Okay, well, how was I to know? Let's see. I cleaned, slept good for once, dreamed of BTS on an island with fireworks and a little yacht. Oh, maybe in lockdown soon. Streamed Animal Crossing. Played Animal Crossing. Quarantine day 7. This is crazy. I used to write my diary entries, so played Overwatch. I feel weird. These are like single days. Having a journal throughout it must be crazy. Yeah, it's also crazy too, because like I was friends with people I'm not friends with anymore, and so looking back, it's like, ooh. You look at it, you're like, oh, ooh. You know? Write something down. Yep, every single day. I've been keeping this daily diary since 2019, which is kind of crazy. Rested, 8 eggs. Ate eggs in grilled cheese. I made eggs and grilled cheese. Oh my god, I did do that. I forgot about that. Protein. Oh, this one, finished Tiger King, played Animal Crossing. I'm getting a little stir crazy, not gonna lie. That was April 4th, 2020. That's so funny. Fun stream, clean the apartment. April 8th, I feel hormonal. Played Animal Crossing all day, ate a salad, I'm bored AF. Next is April 12th, did nothing. Frames again? It doesn't say I dropped. Not that I don't believe you, but April 14th getting a bit stir crazy today, not gonna lie. Streaming's been fine. Rip my internet. Toodles. Oh, I mean, I spring cleaning. Whoa, this is the last time I've done this. Deleted 2,000 photos from phone. I should do that. Dump that stimmy check in a new gaming PC quick. Yeah, I had medical bills, so that's what that went to. Unfortunately. Gotta delete so many screenshots, same. I think my biggest issue is I save TikToks that I find. Played Minecraft with Adam and Amy. Oh, this was, man. So the thing is about like streaming and stuff, Twitch did so well during the COVID's time because everybody was home and nobody had anything to do. So when I put stream today had like 300 people. 300? 300? Hello, darkness, my old friend. That's how I ended up here. That's crazy. Yeah, this one, it says, woke up at 8:30, started streaming at 9:30, worked out, painted half of Boba Fett, streamed 7 hours, and had 300 to 400 people. What the fuck? I'm washed up. Oh, it's too late for me. It's too late. We're over. Didn't get very... yeah, it's because I was at the very beginning of these. Now I write a whole paragraph. Now I write... This one, I literally wrote lightsaber, lightsaber, lightsaber. That was my day. I just wrote lightsaber. To be fair, though, it's because everybody had access to Twitch. Everybody was bored. Nobody had anything to do. So everybody was on Twitch. Now people have lives. So, and it hasn't, because the thing is, for like years, I would blame myself because I was like, I'm not doing good enough. Like, I'm washed up. And then hearing, who was it? Someone said something. Someone said, oh, the numbers in COVID were always better. They were talking about themselves. They're like, the numbers during COVID were better because they didn't have a job. They were, on hold because of the pandemic and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, oh my God. Like, I never even thought about that, Even I don't watch streams as much as I did in COVID. Yeah, it's just, it was a different time. Because I'm very much, if something goes wrong, I'm very much, I fucked up. I did something wrong. I fucked up. Whereas it's not that, Like Grace saying something about her numbers compared to COVID. Yeah, well, that was also too, like, I remember even, like, during the COVID time, the Among Us, like, I watched all of those streamers because they were so entertaining. And I also, too, think it just was, I don't know, it was a different feeling. Bold of you to assume I have a, like, all right, well, Oh, that was when the neighbors turned off my power. Oh, turn off your power. Yeah, so you know how like breakers are usually in the apartments? So at my old apartment, like a really really old apartment I was at, um I guess they thought my TV was on even though it was me because I was streaming. Like I'm not normally loud. Usually when I'm not streaming, I'm just this is me playing Overwatch. Very quiet to myself. But when I stream, you know, I'm yapping. So I think they thought the TV was on or something, and they didn't want to knock on my door, tell me to be quiet. So instead, they went out back to the back of the apartment. They looked at my apartment number, and then went out back to find my breaker and flipped the breaker to turn my power off. And they walked back, and I have it all. I had a Ring camera, and so I saw them look at my number, walk, and then my power goes out, and then they came back, looked at the Ring camera, looked around, and then went back into their apartment. Because the thing is though, it didn't turn off the entire, because breakers have a lot of, it didn't turn off the entire apartment. It turned off the bathroom. And so I was streaming and everything was fine. And then I ended stream and I was like, I have to pee. So I go to the bathroom and I flick on the light and nothing happened. And I was like, that's weird. So I turn it off, turn it back on. I'm like, did the lights go out? Like, did I pop the bulbs or something? So I tried to turn on something else and nothing. And I'm like, did I flip a breaker? Because also too, LA apartments aren't all that great. So I thought maybe like somehow when I was in like the stream room, like maybe I overdid something. So I was like, oh, I'll just go check the breaker. So when breakers break, I have a picture of it in my phone, but I'm not going to show y'all. I think if I'm correct, when a breaker breaks, it only goes halfway, right? So this is on. This is if it breaks, and then putting it all the way down is off. Like you completely are turning it off. So it was always up. All the other apartments, there was a small apartment complex, but all the other apartments, all of theirs were up. Mine was all the way down. And if it had broke, like if I broke a breaker, it would have been halfway. And so looking at the Ring camera, someone turned my back, I didn't affect the living room, but the bathroom is not, but yeah. So I looked at the Ring camera and put the two and two together, and I was like, cool. No, it's plugged in the bathroom, so there's no way I could have tried to fix it now, but yep. How did you find it? Freaking further. No, I told the landlord. Well, cause I had already been. This was the apartment complex with the really shitty neighbors. Like to this day, I still think those have been the worst neighbors. And then under them is Bob. Turned off my power on Twitter. Fair. So I want you to imagine, like, we all know how bad Bob was. They were worse than Bob. Because I think they had 3 people living in a 1-bedroom. And they had a dog that they had an ankles that would bark, but also would scratch the hardwood. Well, it wasn't real hardwood, let's be real. They'd scratch the floor. It was rough. And I would constantly tell the landlord, like, and the landlord finally was like, just call the police. And I was like, I'm not going to call the police to be like, yeah, they're dragging furniture. Like, anyway. So they were bad neighbors, and then the people that turned off my power were next to me. And so finally when my lease was up, I was like, hey, I'm moving out. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry to hear that. How come? And I was like, because they turned off my power. They did blah, 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 blah. Anyway. Scrolling. It's just life in 2020 was so after you did no. Oh, how come? Points up. Yeah, I mean that's what I told the last place, with my really nice landlord that I had cherished. When I mean I didn't tell him that was why. I think he knew. But the guy that was like the person that like is a realtor or something for him. He's like, oh yeah, so like what's going on? I was like, I literally did that. And he's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, man. I was like, it's bad. It's bad. And he's like, yeah, I can't do first floors anymore. I know how it is. I'm like, yeah. All right. I'm sick of seeing 2020. Bring me into the good stuff. This one says, I had 2 Dr. Peppers today because I don't feel good inside. Felt. Girl. Felt. Hope your past landlord's doing it. Me too, man. Me too. Oh, this is when I was playing Apex. Wow, that's a throwback. Explanation? Explanation for what? Sunday, September 6th, 2020. So hungover. So fucking hungover. I remember that. I was in the bathroom shaking for my life. Whoever lands in the old apartment has a cat and they smell Thor everywhere. That would be so funny. You know what's so, like, you know what makes me giggle? Because the thing, listen, right? Shh, I'm gonna turn this up. Listen. Shh. Right? So I want you, it's quiet. So, so quiet, right? Oh, hey, Jewel. So I want you to imagine, right? It's nighttime. You don't sleep with white noise, right? You don't. You sleep with silence. And this is just what I imagine the person moving into the new unit, like my old unit, and they're going to sleep at night, and then they hear dong 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 dong, screet screet, dong 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 dong. Because the thing is, it without, like, Jewel can vouch too. Without my like fans, the white noise, the amount of noise is just insane. Like, it crazy. I guarantee you my landlord is, he probably, they, oh man, all night. Oh dude, yeah. Oh yeah. Cuz like the thing is, when it was both of them, right? When it was the woman and the guy, used to those noises. No, I didn't. I had white noise. Hello. So the thing is, I don't know who was what, but it would get so bad because I had two white noise fans, right? So they would be making noise until 2 a.m. And then I'm talking about my old shitty past neighbors that lived above me. So they'd be, you know, stomping, stomping, stomping until 2 a.m. And I know this because I go to bed like at midnight, and then it would wake me up, and I'd look at the phone and be 2 a.m. I go back to sleep, and then I hear boom, 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 boom of them stomping again at 5 a.m. And that happened, I think, 4 times in a row, to the point where I texted my landlord at 5 a.m. when I woke up. I texted him, and I was like, landlord, because I said his name. I was like, I am so sorry to bother you, but I cannot do this anymore. They have been waking me up every single night at 5 a.m. They don't stop. They start at 2 a.m. and then blah, blah, blah. It just, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what the fuck was happening. But my landlord was like, I'm so sorry. I'll handle it. I'll take care of it. And I was like, thank you. I'm sorry. And he goes, no, just get some sleep. I'll handle it. I'm like, thank you. Granted, they didn't wake me up at 5 a.m. anymore. But I don't think, you know, I think it was just because either I started sleeping through it, or that time he said no. But that was funny. They never answered the door. Well, the thing is, they said she was never home, but he was there. But they didn't know he was living there. So it was a whole thing. How is it 4:30? What the hell? What do you mean I gotta take my pills in like 30 minutes? This is what I get for sleeping in on a rainy, what's today? Wednesday. Till mini chonk. Yeah. I didn't know if I was going to hit a mini chonk today just because I'm tired. Like, that's why I did like minimal makeup for nearly a year. Wait, hold on. Every Saturday, 11 p.m. nonstop through Sunday. And playing it. I got to stop. If I told him to stop or get out. That's crazy. The cops didn't do anything? How's Cardar? It's great. Caldaris is doing great. Yep. I visit him every day. You know what's weird is, like, I think I have full hearts. Cops ignore my... Really? Oh my god, that reminds me. So, y'all remember when I lived in the loft apartment? Where my little stream setup was like up in a loft. And that was like that's when I had like the crazy party neighbors This was like peak 2020 COVID. And they would like throw parties and all that other stuff. The cops loved showing up for that. But the thing is, they thought, because I have a Ring camera. I had a Ring camera. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I'm going to have to scroll. Everybody get comfy for a sec. I think enough time has passed I can show this. This is and this, and this is TikTok. That's BTS. A lot of TikToks. Oh, that's when the guy went and turned off my power. I have a lot of recipes. When was the last I Am Kate video? I think so. Here's videos of Riley. More food. Okay, is this it? So the thing is, right? It wasn't just my apartment that was calling the cops. It was my apartment. Like, we were contacting security, and then the people below those people were contacting security, and the people on the other side of them were contacting security. And then security would call the police, and then I would look. They would bring the whole squad. They would bring the entire squad, and it was so funny because they did that every time. They did that every time. And then here's the footage of, was this when he flipped off the camera? Hold on. Because the thing is, the neighbors were two girls. And the part I was going to tell you that was funny, one of them showed up on my TikTok this morning, just like on the recommended, and I was like, just mindlessly scrolling, and I heard her voice, and I was like, is that fucking girl? And I scrolled, and it was, and I was like, holy shit. Anyway, so they would have friends over. Not to be this kind of girl, but I'm gonna say it, 99% of the time, it was a lot of dudes. And one of the TikToks I'll never forget, because they left a note on my door being like, oh, this is our, these are our names, and if we're ever too loud, just text us. And I was like, if you're being too loud, like these, anyway, so I found their TikToks because I'm insane. So I found their TikTok accounts, and one of the videos I felt so justified because I did feel bad. I was calling security a lot because they were so fucking loud. Like, they'd bang on the wall, they'd blast music. Their friends would be screaming down the hallway. They punched the exit. You know how like they have like the exit signs? Punched that so it was hanging. They were always drunk. They were throwing parties in like 2020, which is super not allowed. Anyway, and so I saw a video on one of their TikToks where the girl was like pranking my guy friends, acting like my boyfriend's abusive to see how they react. And so she like set up the camera in her room, and then she and like another guy in the room started like fake screaming at each other, but they full on were screaming so loud and like stomping their feet, and then like jumped on the bed, and then like 5 dudes like opened the door. They're like, what's going on? And all super loud, and they all started screaming at each other. And she was like, it's a prank, it's a prank. Like, obviously it's so fake. The whole thing was so fake. But just like the stomping, the running, the screaming. And I was like, no wonder. Like, below them has got to be calling security too, and on the other side has got to be, yeah, all the other neighbors. There was no way that it was just, anyway, it was horrible. So, but the thing is, I guess they thought, like, their friends thought it was just my unit. So this is, I think, what this is about to show is their friend flipping off me. There it is. Giving nasty looks at the Ring camera. Because, we were the ones. But then, you want to see the best part? Wait, this was 2 minutes. This was 2 minutes after that. Wait, hold on. 2 minutes after he walked away. That would be the police. Yeah. So it turns out if you call the police over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and they have to keep showing up, because it got to the point where they stopped answering the door. Um. Anyway, so what happens is you get 3 warnings. You got a case? Yeah, it showed up. It's sparkly. I'm waiting on my pop socket now. But anyway, so they give you like 3 warnings, and then you get fined after that. Finger? And then they turn off your electric, and then they turn off your water, and then you get evicted. They got evicted. It was that bad. So it was just crazy because because we called the front desk, because the thing is too, when they're banging on the wall, you know, if they're banging on the wall, you got me in the background being like, it's just seizing. Anyway, so I was talking to the lady at the leasing lady at the front, and I was like, these people, like, it's really hard to live in, like, a place that's supposed to be my safe place, and blah blah blah. She's like, yeah, I understand, you're not the only ones who are complaining. Like, below them is complaining, the other side of them is complaining, and the worst part is they have 2 other friend groups that also live in this building, and they're getting complaints as well. So there was like 3 groups of TikTokers that would go and throw parties at each other's apartments and film TikToks and whatever, and cause so much like noise disruption and chaos that all of them it was never again. Never again. So insufferable. Yeah. And the fact that she showed up on my TikTok, I was like, oh my God. It's insane. Like, I remember back in my day, like, when I was, YouTubing and all that stuff, and when people are like YouTubers, that was kind of viewed, like, frowned upon or whatever. But now it's like, I'm a TikToker. It's like, ugh. So they have a lot. I don't know how, but they have a lot. Like, millions of millions. It's a lot. I have a lot of videos. Damn. But in my defense, a lot of them are like recipes of food, and workout videos. 15 flushes, one of our neighbors' grandson with a little cooking lab. Like, for, like, baking? We talking about, like, muffins and cookies. We talking about, like, maybe burn some toast sometimes. Maybe. Yeah, banana bread. Breaking Bad cooking. Okay. Oh my God. So, there's this TikTok where it says, when men try mansplaining crypto to me, and I get to go, oh, so it's like Kohl's Cash? I thought that was funny. Wait, there's another one with the same audio. It says, when I reply with, it looks boring, to men asking me why I haven't seen certain movies. This is why I save videos, because I like a lot of TikToks. What is that song? I have no idea. Is it from Nightmare Before Christmas? It gives me that vibe. Fun fact, I've never fully seen the entire movie, because 1, claymation scares me. 2, I fell asleep the first time I watched it. Oh, I have this in here. I don't know why I still have this, but is if you shrimp for any of these husbandos, you ready? You are a bottom, and it's Sukanon. I'm like, well. Anyway, I liked a lot of anime TikToks. I thought they were funny. What else do I got in here? Oh, this one. This one makes me laugh. If a random old man handed you a piece of gum, would you chew it? No. An old man gave you a piece of gum? I would just be like, oh, thank you so much, and then I would just slightly dispose of it later on throughout the day. Here's this one. Ready? People who see my cow rain boots.
I'll let you have sex with me.
My asexual ass. Oh, y'all can't even see. It's too bright. Hold on, hold on. This is one of my favorite ones. There you go.
I'll let you have sex with me.
That one made me laugh too. Washing dishes when here's a message and then came back ban someone. What? Ban who? The old man candy thing? Oh, this one made me laugh too. It says, point of view, you're the cockroach we saw this morning.
It is so weird. I don't understand. Not for real.
You had this guy getting banned tone of voice. Oh, sorry. I didn't understand part of it because I read the old man part first, and so I was like, anyways, my brain was reading too fast. Doctor said I was waiting for my second appointment. He walked to this car and he handed me a piece of gum and said, "Now you have a good day." Walked away. I mean, it's probably fine because it's an old man. He probably thought, "Oh, there's a young in here. I'm just gonna give him a little, you know." But I wouldn't eat it. Oh, there's this one. It's just a dog. I like a lot of TikToks. Oh, this is when I started getting into the leg day TikTok era. this this one says animals you've probably never seen fat. You ready? It's a horse. I don't know if I can play the music. Fat horse. And then a rat. A fat rat. And it's supposed to be a reflection. And it makes it worse because if you're on your phone and you're holding your phone like this and you got like the triple chin going on. That's why I saved it. Because it made me laugh. Yeah, it got me. It done did got me. Yeah, so I can't delete these TikToks. I need it for content. So, you know, if I'm ever having a... Oh, my God.
Your mental focus is.
Oh, it's focused. I haven't... Look, I have trouble even saying to myself my own head the number of years. I no more think of myself as...
Oh, it keeps going? Best cheese tonkatsu in LA. What?
Today we're gonna eat the best cheese tonkatsu in Los Angeles. And if you disagree,
Wait, where's... Why did I save this? Where is this? Oh my God, where is this? What are the odds this place is, still open? What are the odds? Oh my God. I forgot. Oh my God, I haven't heard that in so long. I miss that music. Let's play it again. Play it again. Classic. I played like last week, I think. It's brutal. It's brutal. They nerfed Viper so bad. She's basically unplayable, impossible. I say we, I mean you. Oh, great, thanks. My brother texted me. I said, not Gage, the other one. I said if he needs me to fight someone, I'll fight for him. And he just sent me the Arthur gif of a fist, but it had sparkles around it. Anyway. So, what have y'all been up to now that we're done with my treasure box of TikToks? Gonna hate the Minions painting. Well, I have to paint it first. I watched her. Oh, what'd you think of it? What were your thoughts? And I told Gage, I was like, he's like, I have nowhere to put it. And I'm like, no, I'll pay. It's a really, 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 really small canvas. Because I was like, you can put it in your cup, like the cup cupboard. And then if your friend's like, oh, can I go get a glass of water? And then you're just like, yeah, it's in the cupboard over there. And then they open it, and then they just see a minion. Had therapy at 1, doctor at 3, lost a few pounds since I was there. Last blood pressure is good. Good day. Nice. Work and finish the Avowed game. Nice. Wrapped with 3D calm. Now I'm watching Twit. Nice. It's good. Really fun for almost 50. 50? Stop. 50? Did a whole lot better than I expected. That's good. Now you can watch the 5th one if you want. I didn't realize there was subtitles, so for the first half of the movie I didn't know what the aliens were saying. Oh no. I think I have smaller. I do! Oh my god. Can we paint him a minion on this? This is perfect. I told him it was the size of his hand. And his hands are the same size as mine. He has really small hands. It's kind of funny. We're gonna paint them a minion. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Paint a peepo on it? Well... I have 2. I have 3. Why is everyone mean to R2-D2? I don't know, actually, now that you mention it. He's engaged. Oh, God. What is it now? What is it now? He always makes them so creepy looking. And I call him. I'm like, why is your profile picture so ugly? He's like, that's so mean. It's me. What is it? Let's see. No, yeah, that one's him. That one's him with, like, the, Good God. Well, okay, so it's a picture of him when he was little, and then he did, like, the Smeagol Gollum... I guess there was, like, a Smeagol filter. Gag face reveal. He's had this be his profile for some time. I'm gonna text him. Chat wants to know why your profile pic on Discord is so ugly. Troll from an old movie. Nope, that would be my my brother. I wonder, so the thing is, I wonder, it's not a phase, but it may be a phase. I'm not sure. Gage grew his hair out quite long. And the thing is about us Witchers is, we all kind of have the same hair structure. Except Gage, I tried teaching him how to do the curls. Oh, hey! I knew you were gonna come in here. I knew the moment I texted you were gonna come in here. Is your hair still long, or did you get a haircut? We're talking about, it was just your profile picture was brought up, and so I was like, oh yeah, that's actually Gage's face. So, it's still longish. Evasive, thank you for gifting a sub to Gag Eat Bag. Yeah, that's my face. Oh yeah. So we finally have a Gag face reveal. Man with long this way, your curls braid it. See, whenever I braid my hair, it doesn't. I mean, because these are my like natural curls. Whenever I braid it, it just gets like, it's all the same wave. The point, I am working towards the Partner Plus program, and every sub, we get a point. Every tier 2 sub, 2 points. Tier 3 sub, 6 points. Which I would add more to it, but we don't, it doesn't, it refreshes every 24 hours, so.
Holy gosh, it's so easy to subscribe, it's insane.
You changed
I didn't
it?
know how to do it, but I just checked and it takes like 3 seconds. First, you click subscribe, then click subscribe again, then enter your info, then you confirm, and it is just so simple and a great way to support. Hayuk.
Oh,
Hi, yuck.
yeah.
Cube Melon Clock, thank you for subscribing at tier 2 and for 9 months. Congratulations on your Twitch, baby. I absolutely love the subscribe feature. Make sure everyone here clicks it as well. Yeah, even Gage has subscribed himself. Gage definitely used his $6 to subscribe to his sister. Yeah, he sure did. Yep. Thank you for subscribing. Hello. Didn't Nate give you an idea about the points goal thing when you hit it last year? Bold of you to assume I can remember that. Also, Gage, what is the last thing that you sent me on Discord, and why is it a picture of... You want to display it, the points updated? We at 93? Oh, nice. Properties, 93. Gage just sent... ... He'll never guess what I sent back. Wrong. I sent him a minion. Ew! Why does it look like that? Can I... Wait, can I show... Can I show the picture, like, as big? Right, so... You tell me that wasn't a jump scare? Yeah, show me. You tell me that's not a jump scare? That's horrifying. So, oh, Gage, let me show you the, this is the size of the canvas that I'd paint the minion. I think this would go great inside of a cabinet. And then you just have a minion. You call it your cabinet minion. Look, see, it'll fit. It's perfectly fine. It's not big. If you did want a bigger one, though, I do have another circle one. And I also have other bigger ones, but that's the smallest one I have. It's a splendid mini. The circle or the tiny little square? No, I do not want to. Why? It goes so great with all your decor. Oh, you want to see my? I already showed you, but this is my most recent painting. It's Minecraft. I still need to clean up everything after it. I just kind of. Yes, I have seen that. It's very nice. Thanks. Love to be. Thank you. My next plan for arts and crafts is I want to get, like, clay, but a very specific kind of clay. Have y'all seen the trend? I think I talked about this. Where you, like, have a picture. No, I mean, the pastel is something else, but I think it's polymer clay. Yeah. Craft Smart oven baked clay at Michael's. Where you sculpt something out of clay and then you bake it and then you have a little trinket. I wanna do that with Jewel. Because I think it'd be funny. I would do it with Gage if Gage would come to Los Angeles, but someone refuses to do so. Also, he doesn't come on camera, but if he wanted to, he could. I still think our gingerbread houses, I still think that's the best content I've ever had, ever. Oh, there's clay on Amazon. Is it good, though? The announcement tomorrow at 5 a.m. My time. I can't stay awake. I can't get up that early. It's one of the funniest stream ever. The video. Or did I stream... Their UK band. Oh, yeah, that checks out. Perchance I'll make an appearance eventually. Yeah, eventually. One day you'll move out here, and it'll be great. And then we can get ramen. Was it a video? It was. Hold on. Let me go on to YouTube. YouTube. And then search gingerbread house piddles. Yeah, gingerbread house competition with my little brother. You should let me live with you rent free. See, normally I wouldn't oppose to that, except for a 3-bedroom apartment / townhouse is gonna be too expensive. So you'd have to, you know. Also, Thor. No, actually, that would kind of fix both problems because Gage also has a cat. So, but then Gage would have to pay for his cat's, you know, stuff. Eat Thor. I think they would get along. Make more than you when he graduates. That's why, you know, that's go for him. He's gonna have a future. If it was I would still, even if he was making 4 times as much as me, I would still let him live with me for free. I broke a nail. Feeling that this isn't going to happen, however, I love the optimism. Yeah, well, you know. The future's going to be great. You know, it's going to be great. Anyway, it's called Gingerbread House Competition with my little brother. Vlogmas Day 21. It was 3 years ago. December 21st, 2021. That's crazy. You're about to graduate in this economy? Yeah. My gingerbread house was so beautiful. Yeah, it was something. It was something. We should do that again. Oh, looks like someone woke up from his nap. Were you sleeping? Where are you going? Were you sleeping? Come here. Pill time? Aw. There you go. Graduated high school during peak COVID. Now I get to graduate college in 2025. Woo! Yeah! Woohoo! Look at the little tortellini. Yeah, that's you. Were you sleeping? Okay, well, don't do that. Proceeds to do that. Are you sleeping? Okay, this is why I put two on. Because of your behavior. Why is Thor so strange? I don't know. Why does your cat not do anything but sleep under the bed and avoid humans at all contact? No contact, just hide. That's also partially a lie. She came out for me one time. Yeah. Why do you look so annoyed? Were you just sleeping? Were you sleeping? Yeah. My cat is perfect. I think your cat and my cat together would severely mentally. So is Thor, but in a different way. Goodness. Look at him. You think they wouldn't be friends? It said pets act like their owners. Oh, well, you heard it here, folks. Gag Eat Bag is severely mentally ill. Goodness. Does that mean I'm secretly green? Oh, goodness. Wait, is that a big yawn? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, someone had a long nap. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Oh, okay. You want to come over? Okay. Oh, well, all right. How's your mic doing that? Doing what? This mutes it. Okay. This is not your hair tie. Wowzers. Yeah. Who would have thought? Well, we did hit a mini chonk, so technically... You want some food? You want some tuna? You want to get some tuna? Yeah. You want wet food?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Thank you for the bits. Wait, so you hate it too, right, Gage? It's awful. They do it to me every stream. Every single stream. Every single time. I get goofied. No, it's disgusting. Thank you. Finally, someone gets me. Oh, goodness. Told you hate it? Yeah, well, mistakes were made. When the Witchers get a vendetta against the Goofy. He's getting cat hair. What? Can you get down? The Hello Nurse. That one just scares me. It's so, like, brash. No. No. You can't get behind the computer. No behind the computer. Not for you. Not for Tortellini. Goodness. You want some food? You get a treat? We can get a salmon. A little Go-Gurt. You want Go-Gurt? He sees a little tooth. Got Jolly Ranchers on it. He prefers peppermints. Wait, what was I... He was trying to... I was eating something the other day. What was I eating? And he was trying to eat it. What was it? Oh my god, this is going to drive me insane. He's starting to want people food, and I don't know why. He doesn't get it. But it's like, now he's like... Is that... I smell that. What is it? And I'm like, go. Oh, my Pop-Tart. He wanted to eat my Pop-Tart. Like, out of all the things, a Pop-Tart? Pop-Tart. He wanted the Pop-Tart, but he wanted the crust. Yeah. He wanted the Pop-Tart crust. What flavor? Brown sugar cinnamon. How does Thor eat treats? Depends what kind of treat. I actually, what was it, Sunday? I had him eat one on stream because I was like, it sounds like, how did I make, and then I brought it out and he did that. Get them anymore because she plays them, loses them, and comes back for more. Oh, Thor doesn't, he just eats it. He'll just eat it straight out of my hand. Goodness. Must be nice. Yep, it is. He doesn't play with it at all. Post clips actually got, yes. I think does well. I think it would. You could try. Worst case, Automata will just be like. Meh. I made the mistake of lip gloss again. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. What? What do you want? That's the clip, though. Well. If you want to post it in Discord, I can post it. That's not Discord. Do you want a treat? Do you want wet food? Do you want attention? Okay, I thought so. Oh, it's already in Discord? Oh, yeah, obviously in Twitch clips. I'm gonna have to do some scrolling. 1 second. Gotta do some scrolling. Okay, there we go. Treats. And I did. Copy. And paste. Did you see I put the one with the white hair man? I did not. Ugh. Hold on. Oh, like the little chibis? Gag's heading out to it. Wait, you didn't even watch the clip. I went and got the clip for you. Oh. Toodaloo. Talking about my face again. You didn't even watch the clip of Thor eating the... You gotta watch the clip of the Thor eating his treat. And then you can go. As I just pet him. And we sit. I've never seen a cat that excited. Yeah, well, he likes his freeze-dried liver treats or whatever they are. I'm watching it. Excellent. Imagine a cat eating a treat like that. But you can't because yours is eating it so fast. He likes them. I don't know, like I have to rip it up. Because the thing is, he can only have like 1 or 2 a week. Because he really needs to stay hydrated. And you're supposed to put them in water. But he doesn't want them in water. But you can feed it to them dry, but you just have to make sure that they have water. And so I don't give them a whole lot. But they smell really, really, really bad though. I tell you what, they smell really bad, but he really likes them. So, I also think it makes his poop smell bad. Do your poop smell bad? You stinky? You stinky? Yeah. Thor is something. Yep. As opposed to smelling good. Or just not smelling at all. Loving the worst smelling foods. I don't know. The stinkier the better. Okay. I need to go take the pill. And then we gotta get you food. Yeah, we gotta get you food. And, okay, I'm going now. Bye-bye. Okay, that makes 2 of us. We gotta skedaddle. Because I have to... Ugh. Okay, so... The plan. I may not stream tomorrow because I have plans. But we'll be back Friday. I installed the game, so we are good to go for Friday. I left my computer on all night so it could install. So, but it's ready to go, and we will do that. And if I hate it, then it is what it is. Gotta install the new WWE game. They have games? Red Dead? I don't know. I'm not spoiling nothing. I'm balancing him, by the way, on one mic, because my legs are crossed. And I'm trying to balance him as best as I possibly can. And it's not easy. Definitely helps that his claws are trimmed, though. But, oh.
Leftover bits from earlier, now less than 3.
Thank you, Evasive, for the leftover bits. And that they were not used on a yuck. Gotta turn this down. Store Heavy, he's 14 pounds. He lost a pound somehow. Still not entirely sure how that happened. Let's see. Well, anyway, so the plan for Friday is we're gonna... I do want to try to aim for a double chunk. I don't know if we'll be able to do it. But we will try our best. Anyway, thank you for... Oh my god, I forgot to turn on any of the lights. No wonder. I was like, man, why is this...
Gosh.
Just go. Just go. Just get out. Just get out of here. Get out. Get out. Anyways, thank you for coming to my stream today. Thank you for helping me try to reach the Pod Plus program. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for with the bits and for the follows and for the hanging outs. I will see y'all on Friday. We're going to play a whole new game. It's going to be a whole new experience. This new person. Have I rated Brooke before? I don't know. I met her at a party and we talked about Harvest Moon and other games and stuff. And she's really, really nice. So we're gonna she says birthday drinks. I don't know if it's her birthday or not. Because you know sometimes people do like a fake birthday thing where like it's my birthday and it's not their birthday. So I don't know if it's actually her birthday, but she has drinks, so maybe it is her birthday. I don't know. We'll just go in and say happy birthday. Anyways, thanks for coming to the stream. I'll see you on Friday for a new. I have a whole outfit prepared. Okay, so be there or be square. SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.